Welcome to the kitchen. I'm Max, and today I'm going to show you how to make some pizzas. And I've been asked to show everyone how I make my pizza dough. Now, it probably by most Italian standards is, and well, let me say, put it this way, most Italian chefs will probably look at this video and go, oh my God, but I'm going to do it my way anyway. So enjoy the show. I've got my flour, I've got my yeast. My yeast is actually bubbling up at the moment. We'll give it a little bit more time. Then we'll add that to that, and with that we'll also add some olive oil, some salt. Okay, the tomato sauce are made out of cans of tomato, 1 can of diced tomatoes, as well as a tablespoon of tomato puree, a little bit of salt, oregano. Mix it all up and blend it with a little blender. Other ingredients are, I've got some onions, I've got some mushrooms, sliced mushrooms obviously, some pepperoni. Everybody loves pepperoni, right? And I've got some olives. Kalamata olives is really good in a pizza. Some nice triple smoked ham to go with that, and some Hungarian salami. Now, of course, you can put any kind of ingredient you want, your favorite ingredients, no problem at all. It's a pizza after all, isn't it? To make our pizza dough, we're going to add our yeast, which has been fermenting on the side there, like activated, and as you can see, it's frothed up, ready to go. Olive oil and some salt. Now we need a teaspoon for that. We'll add into our 3 cups full of flour 1/4 of salt, about 3 tablespoons of olive oil, and our yeast mixture. And once we put all our ingredients together, we simply just keep stirring it until we form a dough in the bowl. And if you find that your dough is becoming very dry, you can always add a little bit of lukewarm water. Once we've done that, done our mixing, then we simply use our hands and start kneading the dough in the bowl. As you can see, what I'm doing is I'm turning the bowl around and doing the kneading at the same time. And here's our dough. Well, it's not ready yet. We've got to give it a good workout. You know, build those muscles up. Knead the dough for about half an hour, and keep doing this because we want to work this dough to a nice fluffy result at the end of it. We want it to be nice and soft but crunchy at the same time. Okay, now that we've done the hard work, like kneading it for the last 15-20 minutes, the important thing about our dough at this point is to let it rest. It has to rest for about good 1.5 hours. Okay, the reason for that is we want our dough to rise up and be nice and fluffy. We want that air to get in there. We've already done the hard work. Now let's see the results. That's what it's all about. So what we do at this point is we grab our dough. Before we put it in the bowl, just put a little bit of olive oil in there. Yeah, and line the bowl with the olive oil. Just rub your hand in there. Rub that bowl like this, nice and rub. Pop it in there. Yeah, and a little bit of olive oil in your hand is good enough. And just cover it up. And at this point, once we've put our dough in the bowl and we've got it all oiled up and ready to rise, we cover it with Glad wrap. Seal it nice and tight. And I've prepared a lukewarm water in the sink. It has to be lukewarm water. And I place that in there. And what that does for us is basically help our dough to rise. It's been about an hour and a half. And as you can see from our dough, it's risen quite considerably. And what we're going to do now is we're going to get it out and give it a gentle knead again. Here we go, look at that. Nice and puffy. All we do, throw some flour on the bench top and drop your dough onto that. A bit of flour on top of that. And just give it a gentle fold over a few times. And we'll let it rest for about 5-10 minutes. It's been about 10 minutes and I had a tequila shot in the meantime, enjoying my night tonight. The next thing we're going to do is we're going to divide our dough into one, maybe 3 pieces and make 3 pizzas out of it. So I'll go one there and about one there. So here we go. Right. So what we're going to do next is we're going to prepare our dough for the pizza. And basically, it's a matter of rolling out our dough best we can. You can do it with a rolling pin, I guess. I like to do it just nice and do it with my hand. That way, it's to me it tastes better, I guess. I don't know. It's just the way it is. And here we go. Just spread it out as best you can. We don't want to do it too flat. We want to keep the air bubbles in there. Give it a bit of a stretch. Bingo. So as far as the shape, look, if you don't have a pizza tin like I don't, it doesn't really matter. The shape is not the important part. The important part is the ingredients and how it tastes and the enjoyment you get out of it. So we need to obviously dress our pizza now with all the ingredients. We start with our sauce that we prepared earlier. Here we go. Throw a bit of that sauce in there. Oh, look at that. That looks great. Okay, I've seen people make pizzas. Some people like to put the cheese underneath and some on top and all that. Well, it really depends on how you want your pizza, I guess. So what I've done is I've prepared some cheese here. We've got mozzarella cheese. I've also added some tasty cheese in there, so we've got that extra flavor in there as well. So what we'll do is we'll grab a bit of that cheese, throw some of that cheese in there.
Spread it out. Here we go. A little bit more.
Okay, now we've got the ingredients. What do we want in there? We want to put some pepperoni in there. Now, if you're a meat lover, you can add a bit of beef. You can add, if you like chicken, you could do a nice little chicken one. A bit of triple smoked ham we can chuck on top of that. And you can just leave it like that if you like. Or if it's like me, I like my food, as you know, as most of my friends know. I like to add a bit more in there, a bit more flavor. Some mushrooms. I love mushrooms. Oh my God, who doesn't love mushrooms in their pizza? Hang on a minute. My producer doesn't. She hates mushrooms.
Slimy.
And olives. Oh my God, olives. Who can have a pizza without olives? I'm gonna throw some olives in there. And maybe a little bit more cheese on top, just tiny bit. Throw a bit of, just a sprinkle of onions if you like, and if you want to throw some capsicum in there, you can do that too. And bingo. Now that our pizzas are in the oven, we cook it for about 30 minutes, 35 minutes. Just keep an eye on it, and once it's cooked, we check the bottom. Obviously, if it's nice and golden and crusty, our pizza should be ready. When I was growing up, I used to just eat olives, put some olives in a fresh bread roll, and that was it. I absolutely loved it. You know, for me, that's That's the epitome of great food from where I come from.
Turkey.
Turkey. I think our pizza is ready, so we'll have a look. Let's have a look. Oh, look at that. Oh my God. Now that looks yum. Just get it out of the pan. Oh, look at that. Beautiful. Absolutely stunning. A bit of olive oil with our brush. Here is our pizza. I've got my guinea pigs over here who's going to try my pizzas. Let's hope I get 10 out of 10 for this. Yay! Guys, you like it?
Holy shit, this pizza is good!
Fantastic, thanks.
Amazing!
You're welcome. And thanks for tuning in. We've had a great time making the nice pizzas for you guys. Look, I'm going to do a nice little new recipe very soon. It's my infamous carrot salad, which I will be obviously posting very soon as well. So yeah, stay tuned and look out for it.